The name is Jack, the consulting group.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
sir. The request was issued for us to do a comparison of the 2006 figures to what happened actually based on the audits for the last 4 fiscal years, and then also to forecast out what would happen over the next 10 years and compare that to the forecast prepared back in 2006, which I've done. And I also need to disclose that this was an easy exercise for me because I did the forecasting back in 2006. So, with that said, we first looked at revenues. This is a consolidated view of water revenues, water system only. And this includes both rate and non-rate revenues. And if you'll look at the first row, these are based, again, 2006 through 2009. These tie back to your audited financial statements. Back in 2006, the rate structure that was implemented was assumed to generate $116.7 million in revenue. Through the combination of rates and non-rate revenue. Non-rate revenues, by the way, are interest earnings, tapping fees, connections, developer contributions, etc. Per audit, you can see that we've generated $109 million. So that's about a $7.5 million deficit that we've generated through the rates and non-rate revenue. If we extrapolate that over the next 10 years, I show that that deficit will increase by an additional $72.8 million. So that was the first item we looked at with respect to expenses.
Towards revenue, Mr. Snowden.
I'm sorry,
Mr. Mayor.
revenue. Yes, sir.
But these actual figures in the current forecast you have for 2010 through 19 are based on current growth rates. What are the variables that are included in that number?
Good question. The forecast revenues from 2010 through 2019 are based on the existing rate structure to continue without the proposed rate structure being implemented, and continued reductions in consumption, which have been proven over the last 4 years as customers reacted to your conservation measures and your rate increases.
What is the, Mr. Mayor, if I may, what is the unaccounted for water rate that is factored into that projection there?
This is based on metered water sales only. I do have a factor when I forecast out total water production needs, and I've used a 20% loss factor, which drives O&M, but not revenue collected.
Mr. Mayor, if I may.
Yes, sir.
You've just said that you have based it on existing rates, the rates that are now were passed by City Council, or the rates that were already planned to increase based upon decisions that were made in 2004?
The latter, Councilman. The series of escalated rate increases that you have in the ordinance currently. These revenue forecasts based on the continuation of those rates being implemented.